Hello, good morning, good morning. It is Ty, the LinkedIn guy, and today I want to talk about those annoying no-shows, those people that when you go and try to make a confirmation of an appointment, they come up with an excuse and say, yeah, I can't do that now. So a lot of businesses, especially, of course, service-based businesses, and this works really well for those that actually also have a physical location. So, for 14 years, I was a partner at Optia, and we, provide executive search services and retained services and even contingent services for the foreign companies that are operating here in Japan. So our clients were, Amazon and Apple, Red Bull, from handbags through to food companies. I mean, all the big companies we worked with here in the Japan market. And what I found was that if I used reciprocity in my confirmation, I had a much higher chance of ensuring people would come and turn up to a meeting, or at least not just kind of no-show and kind of ghost you. So I want to talk about a couple of things that you can do, and one thing to avoid particularly. So let me start with the confirmation. I see a lot of people will either do some kind of phone confirmation, or they'll send an email, and it tends to look like, hey, Tom, we've got our meeting tomorrow, looking forward to it. If there's anything you need, just reach out to me. Or they get on the call and just say, hey, just wanted to confirm we've got the meeting. Are you okay for tomorrow still? Hey, Alicia, how are you? Are you okay for tomorrow still? Now, when you give them another option to actually get out of that meeting, especially if it's someone that you've gone after, they not necessarily have self-identified and come to you, but as a salesperson or as someone generating leads, you've gone after them. It can be a really good escape route for them, right? So people will do that. People will look to escape out of the call. And that's why it's really important, the time frame between them becoming aware of you, making that appointment, committing to it, you've got to cut it down. And that's, if you're using automated schedulers and calendars, don't have your schedule out 6-7 days. Have it out 24 to 48 hours, okay? Because what's happening, as you'll notice, the further out from when you make the appointment, the higher the chance of the no-show, the cancellation, or the rescheduling. And that's because when that person is making that appointment with you, right then and there, they're feeling the pain, the pressure, the problem that they're suffering, and they know that you have a solution. And it's on their mind that this is a solution that I've got to take care of, and therefore it becomes a meeting that they're looking forward to. It becomes something that they see as well. This is a solution to an issue. The problem is, as it goes further down your schedule, what it becomes is just a task. Right, and people just like, when it comes to that day, they're like, oh God, I got that thing tomorrow. This guy's calling me about whatever, and a lot of people will cancel. And then they get that phone call saying, oh, I just want to check, are you okay for for the call? And they're like, oh, this is a great chance for me to get out of it. So what I recommend is kind of stack your confirmation calls in particular, or emails. And what I used to do when I would make a confirmation is I'm using reciprocity. I'm kind of guilting them a little bit, right? But what I would do, I would stack it in the sense of showing them the things that I've done in preparation for this meeting. So rather than calling them up and say, oh, are you still okay for this meeting? Is this still on? Which I hear people do. You should use these kind of elements. What I would do, I'd say, hey, and this may be not in the right order and changing, but you'll get the message. I would structure it like this. It would be, hey, really looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. What I've done is, and I would put a series of actions that I've taken. Hey, I've prepared some materials to show you about client A, B, and C, and some of the options that are available, right? So showed of some preparation. I've, reserved a private confidential room for us, and have the space that's only dedicated to us so no one can disturb us. What I've also done is I've spoken to two of my other consultants And I've asked if they can be available during that meeting time. So if I need to go and get them for their expertise and bring them in, they'll be available. So they're on standby for our meeting. And I've done something else. So I'll at least stack it with 3 or 4 different activities that I've done, prepared. And then I said, so I'm really looking forward to seeing you. Now, when you stack it like that, and even if you do that on a phone call, people are less likely to then say, okay, well, yeah, I can't make it now. If you call and just say, I just want to confirm you're still good for tomorrow, you're just giving them the door a way out, right? So the best way to confirm, try it like that. Do that in your emails, do that in a call, stack it with some activities that you've done to show that, hey, I've taken action, I've prepared, I've done all this. And it like anything, it's a principle of influence, and persuasion, which is reciprocity. In that case, they also start to feel a little bit more obliged, and they're not going to kind of flake out, right? As much. Now, doesn't make sure that everyone comes to the meeting and everyone turns up. No, but it has an absolute much higher rate than if you just do that. Hey, are you okay for tomorrow still? That just kills. You will see massive drop off. So the takeaway there in particular, when you make those appointments, make sure that within that 24 to 48 hour period, that window is really important. And I see massive drop off after that. So don't just, have a massive schedule open. Say, okay, for next week, like get from point of agreement to next step, get it as soon as possible. Yeah, really important. And in terms of that kind of automation, now there's so many tools out there now, Schedule One, Security, Calendly, there's so many of these. And, I have it set, and this is what you probably should do with your clients as well, set these to SMS and set email reminders. Now, some people are going to get pissed off by it. I had one guy the other day like, I got all these reminders and, I find it unprofessional or something. I was like, dude, it's the opposite. So you're going to get some people that are stupid. That's the way it goes. But the way I would have it out is that they get a 24-hour warning, both SMS and email, and then they get it, an hour out, or 24 hours, an hour, 2 hours out, an hour out, and then like 15 minutes out. It's like boom, 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 like, hey, it's coming. So that dramatically reduces the no-show rate and the non-attendance rate and people kind of flaking out where they have that reminder, because you people forget. People are busy, and it absolutely happens. But particularly when you are doing those confirmation mails or confirmation phone calls, please stack it in your favor. Okay, don't just ask them if it's okay. You're invariably gonna lose more appointments than you can imagine. So that's what I wanted to come in, because I had someone reach out to me about that, and I thought, well, look, this is how I do it. It's proven very successful over the years of booking literally thousands of meetings and conducting interviews with thousands of professionals. So I found that works really well. So there you go. If you have any questions, just pop them in the comment section. Happy to kind of answer or expand on that. And as I said, the software that I'm using, I use Schedule Once. Acuity is quite popular at the moment as well. They vary in prices, and there's a reason I use Schedule Once over Acuity. Can't remember what it was now. And also, you had to buy licenses, not just booking pages, and it was to do with messaging and all that. And it's quite expensive now, but I mean, the amount of effort that it saves, right? If you're not using, even basic like Calendly, if you're not using a scheduler, it's you're just kind of shooting yourself in the foot, right? Because it's so much back and forth. Alrighty, that's it for me. I'm out of here. See you later. Thanks.